That's the real thing you have to do as gurus. But what are we doing? We come to Sahaja Yoga with what idea? We are working only on the periphery. Firstly, we are worried about ourselves. How we can prosper, how can we become better off. Also there is greed. We do not see ourselves if we are aggressive, if we are trying to trouble others, if we have wrong ideas about ourselves, how we torture others. So first of all, you have to cleanse yourself and accept your own problems, your own misgivings. These are to be faced and challenge yourself. What are you doing? You are a Sahaja. How can you hate someone? How can you trouble someone? How can you torture someone? This is the beginning of introspection. It's very important. I can make out a person who meditates in the real sense of the word and the one who just meditates. You should not deceive yourself. If you are deceiving yourself, then how can you become a guru? For becoming a guru, you have to first of all be very honest within yourself and find out what are you doing, what are you up to, what have you done. We have 6 enemies, as I have told you. And we justify all these enemies. We think it is all right. After all, I did this because of this. I had to do it. Somebody would say I was poor, so I had to be dishonest. Another would say that I had to tell lies. Another would say that I had to be immoral. This is the biggest thing human beings have, is justification. Animals don't have. They have their fixed ideas. They have their fixed nature. But human beings can do all kinds of wrong things and can justify it. This justification doesn't help you in your ascent. I did this because of that. It never helps you. One should try to introspect and see for yourself what is the justification. So when you start supporting yourself in doing all kinds of opposite things, how can you rise? How can you ascend? All the time you are trying to descend. So purification within is only possible if you can see yourself clearly. If you can't see, how will you purify? If I can't see in the mirror, how will you see what's wrong with my face? So when you start seeing the truth and comparing yourself with that, then only you can clear out yourself. But the identification should be with the truth.
Innocence is such a powerful thing that even a glance is sufficient to kill a Satan. Purity of heart. Actually, when the heart becomes impure, the impurity flows down to other places. It is not the other way round. Is from the heart. Many people believe that it's the body that becomes impure. I think it is the heart which becomes really impure, and then it starts trickling down to the body, and then it is residual there, it settles down there. So have a clean, open heart like a child's heart. Open heart. What is there to be afraid of anyone? What is there not to trust anyone? What is there to be angry with anyone? Talk to everyone, shake hands with everyone. Be nice to everyone. On the way you find somebody's difficulty, give him a hand. If somebody cannot sit properly or has a problem, you try to remove the problem. If the person cannot stand, give the place. Try to give from your clean. If your heart is not clean, it can never give. Now, how do you clean the heart? It's the subject which Felicity wanted me to discuss, is how to clean. There's no broom available for that in the supermarket. There are no fairy liquids or anything to wash it down. But there is a way. Allow your heart to be drenched in your mother's love. Just allow. See how much she loves you. I trust you. People laugh at me sometimes. Some of these saints who are supposed to be very great people, they can't understand how I trust you. They say that, oh, these are all lost traces. These are horrible people. How do you trust them? They are not sannyasis, they are not sadhus, they are nothing. They are ordinary people. For them, your value is nothing. If you go to them, they will make you stand on your head for 3 months. For 3 years, they may hang you on a well. I don't know what they will do to test you. But I trusted you the day I saw you. The day you came to me, I trusted. And I've worked on you from the very first day, knowing what you are, but I trust your spirit, that it would shine. In the same way, trust. We laugh at others. I've seen Sahajogis laugh at others, make fun of them when they come. Trust them. When you will trust them, you will respect them also. So you have to believe in yourself and enjoy the way gently you are sweeping into the current of your mother's love. Just enjoy that. Like a flower that falls into the current and flows and enjoys all the beauties of that current. In the same way, you should enjoy. When that enjoyment comes into you, you will start trusting. And trust your mother. I try many things to correct you, but trust in one thing, that whatever I try for you or do anything I may do for you, it is just to clean you. That's my job. May sometimes you might feel I'm publicly saying things for you. Maybe your images are being ruined by that, or whatever you may think. That's not the way. Is for your hita, is for the well-being of your spirit. And that is the most difficult job. With all this, trust in your heart. First trust yourself, trust others, other Sahajogis. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Who is your neighbor? He is a Sahajogi. Stand by. And trust your mother. As I have trusted you, you have to trust me. And it will work out. Open your heart to this trust. You should not worry whether it would be protocolish all right or not, whether it would be absolutely respectable or not. Because heart knows. Whatever your heart will do in its genuine form will be respected, because there resides your spirit which manifests. That will look after. By outer forms, whatever you try, it's not going to work. It is that trust in your loving heart. Your effort of your mind should be reduced, and the energy of the spirit should work through you. Now, how do you do it? First is detachment. 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 Start with the thought. Let us see the thought. is called as vichara shaithilya, relaxation of the thought. Now a thought is coming into your mind. Some thought, today is Mother's Puja, let's go. We have to hurry up, you see, you must get this, you didn't get the flowers, now you go to the third world and get the flowers, you must get this and you must get that. Second is, no, detach yourself. Witness. Leave it to the spirit. Watch. You'll get it. Many of you have noticed this. But still this mind, which is quite silly, tries to impress upon you that you have to use the old junky instrument of this mind. And it asserts that better use. And when you start using that, ego comes in, you get attached to it. And what you lose is your progress, and thus the joy is minimized. How do you detach yourself? For a person who is absolutely detached, it's very difficult to explain how to detach, isn't it? I'll try. Now, I cannot get attached, that's the problem is. And I find it difficult to explain to you in words which are human words. But still I'll try to say now. Say I tried something as human beings do in the beginning, just to see how it works out, because I had to experiment. For example, when I had to, say, attend any puja or anything, I used to ask them, what is the auspicious time? So they would tell me, this is the auspicious time. And then another would telephone to say, this is the auspicious time. So I said, how can there be two auspicious times? It's a big problem with human beings. So they said there are 5 panchangas in India. Means 5 books to consult the auspicious time. That's what human beings have done. I said, then why consult? It's better not to have 5 auspicious times. Then the auspicious time is not beyond, has to be beyond time. But it is bound in the time, the way human beings have made it. So it is bound in the time, like in India it is so much, so much, so much. But now here is different. Then you calculate, you have a watch. You see, to overcome all these hurdles, human beings also make certain devices. So you consult. Now what is the auspicious time here? Leave at that time. Then it's a big headache. Because there are 5 books to be consulted. Watch could be wrong, this could be wrong, that could be so. But if you are the spirit, then the spirit works out auspiciousness. It is the spirit that works out the auspiciousness. And imagine when you think like that, how much tension goes out. First of all, you have to be a slave of the watch. Another, you have to be the slave of the books. Then you have to be the slave of the market, of the room, of the place which you have to hire. But supposing if you allow the spirit to work it out, then everything will work out and you will reach at this point where it is the most auspicious. So how do you accept it? Just by accepting. So just now if you give up your satta, your own domain, you get into the domain of your spirit. You give up your domain, that is your ego's domain, or maybe your superego's domain. You give up that and try to see things how it works out. Now what is the testing point of it? How do you test it? It works out
That's the point of testing. It works out. Allow it to work out. Don't put your attention. Attention has the second part of it, the tension. And don't try to say, why not today? It should have happened today. We expected it to happen. Why not at this moment? That's your ego. Thy will be done. So the thought that starts moving in our mind all the time, which creates tensions, is not the thought of the Spirit. So, what you should say? Not this thought. Not this thought. Yan neti neti vachanai nigamo avochus. Not this thought, not this thought, not this thought. And see how you relax. Now you are relaxing. Not this thought, not this thought. Just go on refusing, accepting any thought. So you go into nirvichara. In that state, you feel the Spirit. Christ has done the greatest work on this, I should say, but we do not understand because his life was like a micro thing. See, in 3 years. So we have to open it out a little bit and see what he did. He has given us the greatest weapon of forgiveness. When you forgive a person, what do? You accept the situation to begin with. And secondly, you forgive what you think has been done wrong to you. But because nothing can be done wrong to your spirit, you just forgive because you are the Spirit. And when you forgive, you have found that your tension goes away. So even to your thoughts, if you say, all right, forgive this thought, because thought is also not to be punished. Forgive this thought, forgive everything. Not forget, forgive. Because then you will even forget that you are the Spirit. But forgive all the thoughts that are coming to me. Just go on saying this is a mantra. What is a mantra? Is that power of the word that expresses Spirit. So this is a very important thing Christ has given us, the weapon of forgiveness. Everybody has that weapon. Everyone can use that weapon. You don't have to put in any effort for it. You don't have to pay for it. It's just you have to say, I forgive. You will be amazed, your nerves will soothe down. This tension, this pressure of these modern things will be reduced if you go on saying, I forgive, I forgive. Now what happens when you forgive someone? That means you do not react. The power to react to somebody's injuries, insults is finished. And when that power is finished, you become a powerful person. Because nobody can now overpower you. Because nobody can kill you. Nobody can hurt you. Nobody can do anything to you. But it is not, again, I'll say, shamelessness. See, people can think that it is shamelessness. So, if somebody says to you something harsh and something that is wrong, you do not accept it. But supposing I shout at someone, the bhoots run away. You have seen that many a times. I have to shout at people, so bhoots run away because they react and they just run. But the Spirit shines through. So, in Sahaja Yoga, one has to understand that it is just the central path, is just the balancing thing which is important, is not an extreme of anything. Like when we go to say that you must forgive everyone, is not going to that extreme where you have done some wrong and somebody says to you, you don't take that part of it. It doesn't mean that. Again, discretion is the engine of your movement. So you have to see that if they have said it, something like that, is it, have I gone against the spirit? Otherwise, if I say to you something, you will say, all right, forgive mother. You see the point is, forgive her for saying so. No. You cannot say that to me. So then, that is the point you start thinking. Why mother said so? What have I done? Now think on those lines. So you start moving again. It's a very thin road on which you have to walk. One side is the huge, big Gibraltar, rock of Gibraltar of your ego. The another side is a superego. In between is a small discretion path going, on which you have to see both the sides. Whether you are hitting yourself with the rock of Gibraltar or falling into the valley of superego, you should see that you are using your discretion. Think of all the nice things we have done together and that we are going to together do it later on. That's how you solve your past and future problems. And Christ came on this earth to expand your present. So Christ, who is the present Christ, today, who is born in you, is to be looked after. It is not the Christ of the Bible, but the Christ of your heart, which is born within you, is to be looked after. Bible is so symbolic that it will take years and years for people to understand it. It's too symbolic for you. But at least you can understand it. But other human beings cannot understand. So one has to only understand through your own spirit. That is the Christ born within you, which must be looked after. Put him in a very soft heart. If you have thistles, he is a collective being. If you affect the collectivity, then he is affected. Look after him. So they say Merry Christmas is enjoyment for joy. Out of peace comes the joy, the light of joy, the happiness. I wish peace for the whole world, for the whole nation. To understand, to give up all the strifes, all the false battles for money and for power, all wrong ideas that they are different from each other, and come under the banner of Sahajava and enter into the kingdom of God, where they are invited with all respect and love. I wish peace to all of them, to all the countries, all the human beings, in their families, in their hearts, with their children, with all of them. Let there be peace. Let their heart emit peace. Their tongues speak with peace. Their eyes see nothing but peace. All this has to change. Tremendous change has to take place. The whole universe has to take a different turn. All that is hatred, hateful, ugly has to vanish, and the peace has to prevail. It is not the peace of the dead, but peace of the living. That has to come, of the body. I bless all of you to be the channels of that peace, to be beautiful channels of that peace, to be glorious channels of that peace, to be great children of your mother, who is so proud of you. May God bless you.
This is a mantra for the goddess. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samstita. O goddess who resides to all this creation, created, all that is created as peace. So you have to seek peace. That is your mother. We all say that mantra. You say it. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samstita Namastastai 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 Namo Namah. You say it once and then they should say it twice. It's a prayer.
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shantirupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shantirupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shantirupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha.
And then another one is Kshama Rupena Samstita. This is the mantra because the peace can come only through humility and forgiveness. Kshama. That's why Christ is Kshama. You say that for Christ.
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Kshama Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Kshama Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Kshama Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha.
Despite that, Agyas are set. Now can you take out Agyas? Those who are feeling hurt, please give up your Agyas now. Can you put your finger here for Agyas? Here. Look for the juice. Better? Now all this is too much for Christmas. The most you can wash my hands and that cooking. Puja is over. You can just ask me to wash my hands. All these presents have to be open near the tree or something. This is the tree Islam of that. Present. The giver of everything, giver of all the gifts. It's this tree of life, the Kundalini. So symbolic, you see. So symbolic. The egg of Easter, this tree of, it's so symbolic. I wish your Kundalinis were as beautiful.
giver of all the gifts. It's called as Kalpataru in Sanskrit.